if that looks any better. It has been a very frustrating week. We made the move down to the new studio, and it took a while to get things organized. Frustrations with, and I won't get too far into it, but everything that I was moving basically got dumped into a trash bag. So I had to go through all the trash bags, and 2 big trash bags, because a certain individual was in a hurry to get me out of the room and get me downstairs so he could take over. And we won't get into that too far. And all my stuff was basically taken out of drawers and dumped into a big old trash. Here, just throw it in. So things got broken. A magnifying glass got broken. Several models got broken. Didn't know where anything was at. So, and it pretty much had me frustrated right there. Then in the process of setting up the shelf, I've got the desk over in one corner. My youngest was supposed to be on that desk, but I kind of like it. It's off in the corner, away from everything. I put the bookcase up. I was starting to sort out the paints. I was putting one of the paints up, boxes of paints up on the shelves. I'm not going that route. I'm going to put everything in a drawer. And as I spun around, because the box was going to fall out of the shelf, it was top heavy on one end, and I pulled the box out, and in the process of pulling the box out, I bumped the big monitor, and of course my hands are full. I tried to grab that. I tried to grab the monitor from falling. I got the paint bottles almost fell to the floor. I come back and caught those, but the monitor didn't make it. So the big monitor's gone. I'm down to just the laptop right now. So that's broken. I'm still trying to get organized, getting everything clean. We painted the one bedroom. So I'm just trying to get everything, brushes all over the place. I had to search through to try to find some of my brushes. Still haven't found them all. I got a couple of old Citadel brushes that I've cleaned with my brush cleaner, my Winsor & Newton brush cleaner. Hopefully straighten some of those out. And I have one order that's still coming in. But, so we're going to see how things go. Monday, we had the internet put in. Everything seems to be stable. It's running at an upload speed of 10 megabits per second. Above that, which should be satisfactory. I ran a test the other day. Everything seemed to be stable, but we'll find out as we go along here. So let's see how things go. So right now we are working on white scars, and I have all the paints and stuff ready here. Now this model is actually painted in gray cere, which is not a big deal because I'm going to put the white over it anyways. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this white scar, or Corax white, I'm sorry. I believe it's Corax white that I'm after. Yeah, Corax white. And I'm going to give that a good shake here. I'm going to use the base brush here, which is looking pretty good. I think I ran that through the paint cleaner. And we're going to take this Corax white. Maybe I did it in Corax white. And a little bit of water. A little more paint, I think. Let's see how this goes. So basically I'm going to, I gotta bring up the other screen. There's a delay here. I'm just gonna lightly go over this. I'm hoping it doesn't cover up too much here. It doesn't cover up too. I'm not even going to use the airbrush. Normally, I would probably put the airbrush on this. Using the basing brush because it covers faster and quicker. This way we can see. So I have no magnifier. I have my glasses on, hopefully. My one overhead light here is something's going wrong with it too. Oops. I think everything will finally settle down for a while. So once you finally get settled in, trying to get that in a position where you can see it here. I originally did this with Imperial Fist contrast paint. This is one of the original models that I was trying to test on here. The Corax White is kind of a grayish color. I think that looks pretty good there. Anytime you anytime you make a move, there's always chaos. Chaos realms. And sometimes you have to just fight through it. There might be some changes coming to the channel too. I'm thinking of doing a rebranding somewhat and call the channel something else. Kind of go with the new surroundings and everything. I'm not positive on it yet. I think that looks pretty good. It's hard to tell without the magnifying glass, but I think I've got most of it there. Now my paints are not nearby like they were before. I have to kind of travel a little bit to get them. I might have, I don't know yet. I just want to see how things work out today. Oops, I don't have a paper towel. I don't have my sponge. So bear with me a moment. Now, give that a moment to dry there. We can clean off the base brush here. I don't know where my cleaning soap is at. Excuse me. We need to get some water too. fast. Now, waiting for that to dry. That belcher. Okay, we have all that. All right. So we're now going to take out the lead belcher, which I got a new pot. So, oh, it does have stuff in there. Give that a few seconds to shake up here. Going to use, let's see if it'll work. Medium layer brush. Citadel. It's fairly clean. I might start ordering the Citadel brushes too. Give this 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and shake it up real good. Tray keeps moving around here. So let's take out some of that. Place that on sweet up there. And we're going to try get that. All over in here. And what else do we have here? And blade, let's do the blade. That over to the other side. I'm gonna have to get kind of close here because the magnifying glass, I can't see this to get in there. And it looks like the backpack is being done. This up here. Exhaust on backpacks. It's kind of amazing to me how small these models really are. And then after you've been staring at them through a magnifying glass, they look much bigger, of course. So I have to wait till next Thursday to. The wife wants to go down to where we bought the monitor and see if they could fix it. I mean, it's busted up pretty good. It fell, couldn't catch it. I don't think there was. She thinks there was. What about the warranty? I don't think there was a warranty on it. Plus, I don't have the receipt. I don't know where the receipt's at to show that we even bought it there. That's something I didn't think of either. Unless she's got the damn receipt somewhere. I can get the same thing. And I think they charge me too much over there. I just found the same model, the curved. There's a little nub on there. On Amazon for $129, $139. Something like that. So, I think they charged me like $200 for the damn thing. I think they overcharged me. Okay, that brush is pretty much crap. I need to come down here and take a look at one thing. Back. The vent pipes. Oh, the whole thing is being. Okay, I see. I'll come back to that later. Okay, we have the pipes and stuff too. These vent pipes. This thing is garbage. I can't do nothing with that. Where is my... That's my number 6. I found some of my brushes. That's my 05. I don't want that yet. I think that was a 6. 4. The number 0, which I know is in somewhere. That's the 1. Zero. This is going to be really hard without the magnifying glass for me. I'm going to leave this open. The paint is really thick. The camera's in a different position too, so it's still at kind of an angle. I'm trying to get it up. Having a really hard time seeing. Oh, and then, just to make matters worse, I went on to the bank and I had a charge from chess.com. I don't recall ordering anything from chess.com. So I had something else that I needed to cancel, so I called the bank and everything. I told them I didn't order anything from here. So they went and canceled my card. Well, that's not easy over here because of where I'm at. They're in the States and I'm over in Athens, Greece. I don't know when in God's name I'm going to get my new debit card. It could be in 5 days, it could be in 50 days. So now I have to go through the hassle of moving crap from one bank account to another. To a bank account that I wanted to close. So yeah, it's been a bit of a disaster. But I think eventually it'll work itself out. Eventually it should work itself out. That stuff I'll come back over. And that's just gotta turn this on.
With the lead belcher complete, we're now going to pick up.
Gotta change something here. Okay, so now we're going to go to Balthazar Gold, which I have right here. It's a bit in black. I don't think I've ever used this. No, I have. I'll put things up here. I didn't get a chance to go in order of what I was going to do on this. It pretty much looks like, I gotta be careful with that. Show what all it's going to be built. Oh, the studs. Okay. Let's get that shook up really good. Shake it up. I've been meaning to add that soundtrack in. So yeah, this is going to be a bit awkward because I am working on one tiny little monitor right now. I've had a lot of people, they say, oh, it's just amazing how tiny these things are. Yep. When your eyesight is total garbage. Which is why I had magnifying glass. This is going to... You know, this might almost be... I hate to admit, this might actually be better for me. With the magnifying glass, I was trying to be very particular about where stuff goes. This way here, since I'm not really seeing it magnified, it looks less filled in. Trying to get it where you can see it. Just a little bit more to do here. Shake it up. Okay, okie dokie pokey. But I think I didn't read it. I could have sworn I saw a title one time about should miniature painting be easier with the magnifying glass? Because the higher the zoom you get out of it, the more detail you see. The better it should be, right? The headset's on the wrong side. I think pretty much got everything right there that I want. I still think I need a better light. Oh. And I can't get to it anyway, so heck with that. Okay. And I'm not changing it. I could go over, I see some parts here. I think I want to go over a little bit. The belts are gold. And I think when I wash it, it's going to fill it in anyways. Give me a second here. We're actually going to go. I think the wash will fill that in. I do like the convenience of having everything right here. Let's see where we're at here. All right, that's what I was looking for. Okay, not a problem. Not a problemo. Gonna get the Messman red out. Now this is going to be really hard for me without the magnifying glass, but we're going to see what we can do. I think I will actually go 0.05 on this one. Let's do the backpack first. And I guess it doesn't matter. I'm kind of sitting here already. And there's a ring in here, and I cannot see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. Okay, good enough for now. And a little bit over, I can fix that up. Bit of Corax white here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Trying to in the new studio downstairs. There were some issues coming down, but things got broken. Miniatures got broken. Large monitor got broken. My magnifying glass got broken. Big overhead that I have, it broke. So I'm on just plain glasses right now. Right now, all over the backpack. That's been red. Also, the other day, I noticed I was on Games Workshop looking for my latest order. It's now 16 days to ship to me. It used to be 8. I think it was like 6. I'd have to go back and double check. But I'm pretty sure it was 8 for about a month or 2. And now it's 16 days. for my shipments to supposedly get to me. They come a little bit earlier. But that just shows how bad everything is right now. And I'm not that far away from them. 16 days now to get shipments to me. That's 2 weeks. That's over 2 weeks. 3 weeks if it goes by 5 business days. So yeah, this whole thing is, in my opinion, just gotten out of hand. It really has. This is their push to their new world order. Don't get me started on that crap. I'm hoping, yeah, okay, it is. I try to keep my hands locked up because of the tremors. I've been watching the last couple of days. Only happened all the BS going on in the States right now. Amazes me how one man could be so hated so much. arthritis is kicking in again. I can do a little bit more right here. I'm gonna have to get an elbow rest or something here too. I think. It's bothering the elbow on this side. Let's see if I missed anything. Okay, looking good right there. Belt is our gold. Okay. I think we're done with the red. The bolter casing. Okay. Hi there. Working on different things here. Working on the white scar. Oops, sorry. A little bit out of range for you there. I probably could come in a little closer, couldn't I think? I think that's as close as I can get with the camera without. You can't tell. My eyesight is just terrible, and the lighting. My lighting is all malfunctioned. I don't have the other light hooked up. Oh, this has never been opened. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. It acted like it wasn't. Oh, we got a mess back here, boy. That cleaned up on here. Look at that mess. You can see that. Oh, I'm up so close with the camera. That was just downright nasty. Didn't dump it, but I just did. What I just did. And now, sure, yeah, stick with it. The zero on here seems to be kind of like the medium layer brush. Citadel. No, maybe a little bit too thin. That's the medium layer. That's the zero. This is the number one. So more of a number one. Yeah. Tap of water. Add a little bit. And let's get in and do the bolter casing. I'm going to be super careful here. Especially along the hand, which I can't see very well. The finger's sticking out here somewhere. And I think a lot of this stuff in here is, I can see some of the details got mashed over. When you put the wash in, it fills in out of that issue. Boom, boom, boom. So basically, if I'm understanding, use a tad bit of water there. And I don't know if I completely believe all that, but it looks to me like I'm basically doing this the way they do because I still got stuff missing on the move. But I think learning a little bit from it too. I really do not think they just put a small blob of paint down on a piece of paper. Because I'm looking at that dog. No. Now I do have a fan running behind me, so And plus, a lot of this stuff is just one model. So you wouldn't really want to be using a lot of paint anyways. You want to make up a whole batch of paint that you're only going to use a little bit for, which is what I'd say. I don't need to use a whole bottle. Hold on. Okay. All right, sorry. Not a whole lot. I apologize. I was not here right away to see that. Who is... Okay, apologize I wasn't here. Got up, my new passport just showed up, so So I had to go out and get it. We had an accident. We had an accident with the passport, with my U.S. passport. It got washed. So, and then they charged me another €6 on top of the stupid thing. But I'm down in the new office. It's a 1-bedroom apartment that sits underneath our house. There was someone living here and she moved out. So again, I apologize if you're not there. I apologize I missed you. But I had to go out and get my passport. They were supposed to call, and I'm sitting right here and they never called. So I got my American passport back, which is not a big deal. I mean, but now I have to get my birth certificate, which ran into a problem with that because the credit card that I used on it, they canceled it on me. And I didn't realize they were going to do that. But I had a charge on it that I didn't know anything about. And it was from chess.com, which I go on chess.com, but I never saw any membership from it. So I wasn't quite sure what was going on, so I called the bank to say, hey, I don't know where this is coming from and all that. And before I knew it, they had my debit card, credit card canceled. I was like, just terrific. So now I've got to every time I get paid, I have to transfer money into another account because it could take 50 years to get my new card here. They say it's 7 to 10 business days. But since it's going overseas, who knows how long it's going to take to get here. So this has got kind of a... I've never noticed that before. So one good thing going on right there. I got my passport back today. The week has been a disaster. One disaster after another. I've been off for almost a week. Offline for a week, so trying to get the transition done, trying to get the move done. And as I was stating earlier, I've said several times, we've got things that got broken in the move. It was just going from upstairs to downstairs. But things got broken, the big monitor got broken, my magnifying glass got broken. A couple of models got broken. Which the models is not a big deal, but now I have to replace the magnifying glass, I have to replace the monitor. And then a little issue with the debit credit card. So now I can't use my debit credit card anymore. My birth certificate was paid for on that card. They haven't charged it yet. Well, now the card's no good. So they're probably never going to charge it. Welcome to my world. Nothing is easy for me. I've always said you could have 6 cars. And each car is identical to each other. Same make, same brand, same model, everything. And they could have the same issue happen with it. Say the alternator goes out on each of the 6 cars, and you got 6 different people working on it. They all get the easy one, and I get the one that the bolt's broken off and it has to be drilled out, or or some stupid thing like that. That's the way the world's always gone for me. Got a little bit up front here that I could. You could order 15 models, all identical, all the same thing. As an example. I always had a song that it was from an old show called Hee Haw. It was back in my time. You probably wouldn't know what it is. It was a country and western show. My parents were very much country. I mean, you ever want to know what a redneck was? See my father. Pure redneck. Which is not a big deal, but but in that show, Hee Haw, and I'll get to why he's a redneck. Jeff Foxworthy. I always wanted to send it into him, but in the show Hee Haw, they had a little thing there that said, "If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Room, despair, and agony." And that's me. If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. But the reason I say he's a good example of a good redneck, we had, let me see what they got next here. Okay. But anyways, we had an old Chevy Bel Air. And he didn't do this, but somebody else did. It belonged to one of the neighbors where we lived at. And they put it up for sale. Now what had happened was that somebody took the back of the Chevy Bel Air from the driver's seat, passenger seat, from the front seat back, and they cut it off. They took a torch and they cut it off. And they made an El Camino out of it. And an El Camino is just basically a car with a bed in the back, pickup truck kind of bed in the back. Cool little cars at the time. But that's what they did with it. Well, I guess the people were moving or something. I don't remember what got us. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. I must have clipped that off. But he bought the vehicle. And that's basically the way it stayed for a while. I think they blew the engine on it because I know he's replaced the engine on it several times. A couple of times he put a higher end engine in it. I think that's why he got it. The engine was blown on it, and he said, "I can replace." And we replaced a lot of engines when we were kids. Work right out of the garage. We had a beam up overhead that we could basically put a lift on. It wasn't a lift, but it was a block and tackle that we could use to get the engines up out of the car. So we did a lot of that as kids. But that's a little too far away. I think part of my issue is right now I need to get up here, and I don't think you can see it. Yeah, it's a little too high. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit for you there. Yeah, that might help out a little bit. Get closer for me. Yeah, that gets it a little closer for me. Still getting stuff adjusted here. But eventually, he decided, because we like to go camping as kids. We did a lot of camping as kids. You know, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, stupid things like that. And so we love to go fishing. We love to go hunting. Whoops. I knew what I wanted to do. Shit. I'm gonna have to go over that. Mistake. I don't know why I did that. But as we all grew up and we started to leave the house, he basically decided that he wanted a camper. Well, he didn't want to spend the money on the camper and everything. So he took that El Camino and he replaced the rear end in it. And he put heavy shocks in it. And he got some plywood and he built himself a camper on the back. That's the way he was, you know. He ultimately enjoyed building things. If he saw something that he wanted, he'd go build it. And I don't know if it was any cheaper or not, but half the time I don't think so. But it kept him busy, I guess, especially when he got older. Kept him busy building things. And so he built his camper. It was the funniest damn thing. So when I saw Jeff Foxworthy, you might be a redneck if you have a singing fish in your garage, in your living room. And he was talking, Jeff Foxworthy was talking one day about people would meet him and they'll say, I got one for you. You might be a redneck if... And he said he got those. And I always one day wanted to meet Jeff Foxworthy, and I'm going to say, you know what's going to happen. You know I'm going to do it to you. And we can say, okay, go for it. You might be a redneck if you got a Chevy Bel Air with the back end cut off and a camper built on top of it. And I think he would get a kick out of that one. I really do. They say, yeah, that's the best one I've heard yet. I'm going to have to go back over this with a lot of the black. Can't remember why the hell. I think I was having trouble cleaning this black. The black pot, if I remember correctly, yeah, the black was being... The pot was not closing. Now that I recall, I was afraid of it drying out. So I clipped the lid off of it so I could get in there. To get it super clean. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit better. I think I'm a little too thick though. The other one that I always like, my favorite comedians, of course, was George Carlin. Loved the hell out of George Carlin. He got us in so much trouble as a kid. Because at the time that he was out, that kind of stuff was not acceptable. It was not acceptable to say things like that. And I don't have a mature audience tag on this channel, but I remember sitting there one day and we had this old wood stereo. Had the turntable in it. Yes, I'm that old. We had a turntable in it that we played our vinyl records on. Up on the eyes. I'll probably come back in with the, oh, it's not too bad, I guess. Could be worse. And we were listening to George Carlin, the album Occupation Fool. George Carlin, at the time, back in the late 70s, early 80s, I think was his best time. Because I think he got really political after that. But he was just funny as all hell for us as kids. But we were sitting there one day, and my brother and I and a friend of ours, we were sitting around, and we had a stereo turned down because that kind of stuff was not appropriate in the house. And so we were sitting there and listening to it, and we're laughing at it. You know, we're talking, what'd he say? What'd he say? And we, you know, play it back a little bit. What'd he say? What'd he say? And we'd be laughing our asses off. And my father heard us laughing, and he wanted to know what the hell we were laughing at. What the hell are those kids doing in there? And he come into the room, into the bedroom, at the time that George Carlin came out with 7 words you can't say on TV. Shit. And I even still know them today. The original 7 anyways. Ivory soap did not have any taste to it back there, gang. What the hell are you kids listening to? You listen to that filth? I mean, he wasn't into our music and everything either. Because we were into Kiss and Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin and all that. And it wasn't country and that was garbage. You know how it is. You know, kind of the same crap that kids put up with today. It's not appropriate. Oh my God. I remember the one time, I remember once, my mom happened to come walking in the bedroom one day, and we were sitting there with a friend. And I did it a little bit, but not as much as my brother. My brother and his friend were just always smoking weed all the time. And I was laying on the bed, and my brother was there with his friend, and they were smoking. The parents were gone. My mom must have come home. My mom was really cool about shit like that. But she come home, and she bust open the door, and she goes, "What are you boys doing in here?" And we were like, "Oh crap, busted." And of course, we're scrambling like a bunch of rats, you know, and I was thinking a bunch of cockroaches, and somebody just walked in and opened up the door, you know. Flipped the light on, you know how cockroaches are. That's what we were basically doing. We were running. Oh my God. My mom turns around, she says, "So just open up the window, take it outside, open up the window before your father gets home." You know that one, before your father gets home type of deal. And so she was pretty cool about that. Basically, down under, my mom was a rebel too. I remember the first time she went riding on the back of my motorcycle with me. She was having a blast. Of course, she got married when she was 18. was pregnant by the time she was 19. Or had her first kid, had me before she was 19. You know how that goes. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything else? Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Okay. But that's the way it was back in the 50s and 60s. I was born in late 50s, so kids were getting married. Girls were getting married by the time they were, as soon as they turned 18, boom, they were off getting married. It was what do they call us? The boomer generation or some stupid thing like that now. I'm not into all that boomer stuff. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay. I got a couple things I think I want to touch up here. I noticed there's some red spots sticking out that I think I'm going to cover up here. So I'm going to take out some red, Mespin red on the backpack here. I see a couple of spots in here I think I want to just more or less, I think, kind of touch up a little bit. But yeah, for me it was kind of, oh, I got to come back with some lead belcher. Got some spots on my lead belcher that I've looked up on. I need to find my sponge. I've got a couple spots with the lead belcher that we need to. This is my, oh, that's my thin one. That's why everything is going. Should be using this one. I did not know that was coming today. Nice thing, I'm sitting right here by the gate where they pull up for that stuff. This whole apartment thing has its advantages. I think it has more advantages than disadvantages, really. Because one, I have a lot more room to work with. Two, I'm right by the main gate. We live in, it's like a little villa type of deal. Is how somebody put it. Oh, I remember what I was going to do it to red. To get in here, because I had seen that that didn't cover up all the way. And I'm downstairs, which really helps out. I don't have to walk up and down 400 flights of stairs. I can't walk up and down stairs hardly anymore. Okay, so now we're going to get the noon oil out. Noon oil, noon oil. Where is the noon oil? I know I brought it out. Thought I did anyways. Got that. Grass or jade. I could have sworn I grabbed it. Could have sworn I grabbed it. Up, there it is. I bet you this is it right here. Yeah, it's back here. That's Sipian. Okay, it's over here. I knew I took it out. And we're doing okay. For all the silver, I shouldn't be using that brush for that. I had this one here would be fine. We got a reformulated noon oil, which I ordered. Just want to see if there's really a difference in the two of them. We are plugging right along here. We've got all kinds of people stopping by. I don't mind. A lot of people like to come in and just kind of watch, which is really cool. I mean, I do that myself. I'm getting that all over the moon oil. Like that. It looks pretty decent. And then we're going to grab the Agrax Earthshade. Where's my Agrax? That's Sepia and the Agrax Earthshade. Give that a good shake. Shake it up. Oh. I think this is going to help fill in some issues that I have right in here. Bum, 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 bum. Do 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 do. Put some on here. Still having a bit of a hard time seeing without my magnifier, but I think okay. I am, oops, I got one spot I missed here. A little bit of moon oil here. Noodling. I can't figure out what. And we get a little bit on here. Yeah. Yeah, that filled that in nicely. I don't have much of the white showing anymore. So yeah, learned something there. Okay. Let's see where we're at. Oh. Yeah, I didn't put any black in here. Okay. So I've got something I need to do here. Let's go back to the abandoned black for a minute here. I kind of missed the spot. It's going to be a little hard to reach. I have to remember the top of that got taken off. That's my 5. And that's what I'm looking for right there. Mosquitoes. Skeeters. I'm just going to gently go in here. Need to find my sponges too. Let's get back in here a bit. Like that. That looks pretty good, I think. Just like that. Okay, there was one more thing I probably should have done and I didn't do it. Let's pull the lead belcher back out for a moment here. Oh, you know what else I forgot to do? Ha ha. These little things here, they were supposed to be done in black. We'll get to them in just a moment here. Get my pistola. And we got some grenades over here. I want to get into a little building of airplanes, ships. I was kind of into that when I was a kid. I like the old rigger ships, whaling ships, stuff like that. They were all kind of cool. Okay, we've got to come back to the abandoned black. Got a couple things on here I need to fix up that I didn't do. I just dumped the lead belcher and I found another spot that a couple of spots actually. I probably should have done. What I need to get in here. Like that. There was one right in here. One down here. Like that. And I think it's all there. Okay. I think we're looking good there. So that's basically the base coating. I don't think it's looking too bad, really. It's not as white as I thought it would be, but that could be under the light that I'm under too. I could go a little bit. Damn water dripping all over the freaking place here. I can't get to it now. It's not as bright as I thought it would be. Is that supposed to be tabletop ready? We got an ad coming up in 5 minutes. I need to take a lunch break anyways. So give me about 5-10 minutes or so, 5 minutes or so. And I'm gonna stretch my feet. I'm gonna get me something to eat because I'm getting hungry and I'm thirsty. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay. And that's the other advantage. I am sitting right here. I'd say the refrigerator is about maybe 15, between 15 and 20 feet away, which is really nice because now I don't have to hold bottles of water. Oh, the one nice thing that happened, I was trying to find it and I looked and looked and looked. I went and ordered a new one, so I've got one kind of, but I did find my sculpting tool, putting stuff on the base. Knew that would happen. Okay, that looks pretty easy. That's probably where we're finally going to punch out. So we need the contrast medium. And I'm not going to use that one. That's my 0. That's the 1. And I have not opened this yet. Over all the white areas. There was something that I need to do before I get too far. Let's dig out the lead belcher one more time. There's a couple of spots that I want to touch up on. Not touch up on, but that I kind of missed. We actually have, and I'm not a big fan of American football. Even though I played football and everything in high school. But I have an ex-coworker of mine, ex because I'm retired, I don't work with her anymore, but her son was drafted by the New York Giants football team, which I think is cool. I'm happy for her. I know she worked hard for him to get up there. I know he worked hard. He's a bright kid, good athlete. He went to my hometown at San Diego State, and he played his college football there, and was drafted in the 4th round. I think it was fourth round by the New York Giants. And the other day, they played their first game tonight, 2 o'clock in the morning, my time. Hold on, sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. But he got drafted straight out of college by the New York Giants. And I was looking at the wasn't really a big Giants fan. Nothing spectacular, you know. They won the Super Bowl a couple of times. Not a big fan of most teams from, well, I shouldn't say that because the Rangers, the Islanders, the New York Yankees I can't stand. But I guess New York Mets are okay. But so I'm kind of, New York Giants are probably be my favorite team this year. But when I was looking, he was rated, straight out of college, he's rated the #1 tight end for the team. They had the I can't think of it right now. Rankings for the lineups, and he was ranked #1 as the tight end for the New York Giants. So they got a game coming up tonight in about 12 hours. So I definitely want to see that. And it's the first game of the season. It's preseason. Playing football in August, holy shit. Can't be that bad, but being from Las Vegas, he's got to be used to that freaking heat. And they're going to be up in New England, so it can't be. It's probably fairly warm up there. Right now. This was the #1. And he basically brushed this on the whole thing here. And that's what we're going to do. Nope, missed the spot. That should be all black in there. We'll come back to that. So. I'm glad somebody I know has made it. I mean, I didn't know him personally, but I knew her. We worked together. So I'm glad to see somebody has finally gotten something good to happen to him. What was this one? This is the #1. I want to go a little bit bigger on this one, I think. Let's try the #2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rinse that off. But they'll be playing the New England Patriots tonight at 2 a.m. my time. So I definitely want to see that. I want to see the start of the game, so. Used to had a couple of friends that and I've been to a couple hockey games with her, but I have a lot of friends at work that I went to hockey games with. I remember once we went with Diane and her kids. Used to go a lot with Diane, with the kids and everything. Nothing going on, just just friends going to the game. But we used to take the kids. God, that used to be so much fun. The kids were just so fascinated by it, and I actually had season tickets to the old Las Vegas Wranglers. They were a ECHL team, like AA minor league. Poor guys, they didn't get paid a whole hell of a lot. They probably got $400 a week, which was about half or a third of what I was making. But I had season tickets. Season tickets were like $600 for a full season. I think they played 61 games or something at home, something like that. 51 games, I forget what they played. But I was able, any games that I couldn't miss, and what's nice about the season tickets, any games that I missed, that I couldn't be there, like, they were on a weeknight, or they were on a night that I was working, I could take those tickets, I can call my ticket agent, my connection with the Wranglers, ticket agent basically is what they were. And I could trade those tickets in for other games. And in my package, I had the opportunity, if I called them beforehand, I had the opportunity throughout the season, throughout the season, upgrade, so I had glass tickets. Glass seating. So I called them up one day and I said, hey, I've got 3 friends and 4 kids, and I want to get down on the glass. So how many tickets can I trade in, and how much would I have to pay extra to get the rest, to get the glass seats? He says, well, all I can get you is like 4 seats on the glass, and I could get you 4 seats behind, in the second row from the glass. And I said, that's perfect, because it's just for the kids, And for me, that was the most fun, watching the kids at the game, And but we got down there, and the kids, I didn't tell them. I mean, they've been to games with me before, and I didn't tell them that I upgraded the tickets. We just kind of got there, and she thought, yeah, we're going to be in the same section that we always sit in. And when we got there and everything, she says, oh, we're going to be in the same. I said, nope. And she was like, what? I said, watch this. And we went in, and we walked all the way down to the front row. And of course, they had somebody down there making sure that we had the right tickets in the right area, stuff like that. And most of the people, the ushers, they knew me because, season ticket holder, everybody, I'm there practically every game. She was like, no, really? I said, yeah, really. This is where we're sitting tonight. And I forget, there was her. I forget the name of the other lady that was there. But we sat in the second row, and we let the kids sit in the front row. And man, they were having a blast. I mean, the players in hockey, when you're on the glass, I mean, it's just a glass separating you and the players. And even during the game, it's just a glass separating you and the players. And for 11, 12, and 13-year-old, which is what the kids were at the time, that is quite a treat. And but we were sitting there, and it was actually kind of funny, and I saw it coming. And the kids were kind of, they were having a blast. You know how kids are. They have fun at shit. and I saw it coming. The guy was coming up the glass with the puck, and the player from the other team was coming across straight at him, and they were coming right at the kids. And they weren't really paying attention to what was going on. You know, they were laughing and, you know, watching the game a little bit. And I turned around and I bumped her and I said, "Watch this." And that guy body checked the one guy with the puck right into the glass, right into the board, right where the kids were sitting. And that board must have come in about 6-7 inches, and those kids were in the third row. They jumped out of there so quickly. They were like, "Oh my God," you know? And we were laughing. We thought it was the most hilarious thing we'd ever seen, you know? Watching the kids jump like that. That was just so much fun. I'm putting this lightly over all of the white. This is not coming out as white as I thought it would. Now, it does take a little bit of time for this to dry, the contrast paints. But I could see I don't want it to get blotchy on me either. I think it's kind of doing a little bit. A little bit. So that's okay, I guess. And then, while we're waiting for that to dry, I may go over it one more time here. Okay. Flesh Terror's Red. That would be this one here. No contrast. Medium on that. Actually, I've got a couple spots that are kind of blotchy, but... Ooh, excuse me. Holy macaroni. And we're going to get that Flesh Terror's Red contrast paint. So yeah, we'll be watching football tonight. Number 45 for the New York Giants. Of course, they'd be playing one of my favorite teams, the New England Patriots. Patriots, the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins. I like that Eastern Division. I always have. Parents are originally from New England, so. Anything New England, the Bruins, the Red Sox. Patriots. The old Boston Patriots. For the American Football League. Okay, that's not too bad. See, that's filling in nice. You get that in there. The contrast will help fill in. And I'm learning something new to go with the contrast paints. And I'm getting a bit tired. We'll be here about another half hour or so, because we'll get down to where we're going to put the base in. It didn't fill in all the recesses that I thought it would fill in. Whoops, close that up. Before we have an accident. Yeah, I was supposed to just go into the recesses and I didn't. I can come back with them just in red and okay. Okay. I'll come back to the black a little bit later. Let's see if we can get this figured out. Mespin red. And once that contrast dries, I'll go over that because that's definitely too dark. That should be a little bit brighter, but a little too much on there. Trying to get that pretty much even all the way across. I'm not sure how far around that goes though. Okay, yeah, that goes all the way around. See, in this way here, Come on, you snot. Doesn't seem to want to get in there. That won't be too bad. I'm going to tip this up this way. It's probably not going to come out straight, is it? That's not too bad. Won't be perfect, but I think we'll have it. Line's not perfectly straight. But I think it'll work. Now comes the really fun part. It's not going to be perfect, but I think we'll have it. Get that up out of the way. But I know you can't see it. Trying to get it in a position where I can work with it. Not too bad, I guess. See, and I could actually draw the line all the way down. Then the other one, I could get it in there where it crosses the angle. Goofed up there a little bit. I just draw it all the way down. Started out with little dots. And then drew the line all the way down. Like that. I can come over here. That went up a little too high. Should actually be up higher, I think. Now we're making a mistake, but that's okay. I'm not concerned with it at the moment. Messing up on the back part. Shit. Messing up on the back, but the rest of it's not coming out too bad. Messed up on the back. But I think the rest of it don't look bad. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. It's not perfect. But I think it came out all right. Not too bad. Not great. That's all you can basically do is just take your time. That's not bad. I know I probably could have done better. Excuse me, sorry. Mespin Red. That one didn't come out to a point. The rest of it must be okay. Not perfect. Not perfect. But not bad either. I could probably come back in with a little bit Corax white. Fix up a couple of things, but I think you get the gist of it right there. Okay, I think we get the gist of it. I can come back on a little bit of white and fix it up. Yeah, see, I made them too close. Should have made them a little bit wider. Yeah, I made them a little too close together. Okay. I'm going to, and I'm getting a little bit tired here. I think we did pretty good. A couple things I need to do here, but we're going to close that off for now. I'll probably come back a little bit later. A couple things I need to probably fix up. But I think he's looking okay. Not great. So let's go ahead and call it for now. I'm getting a bit tired. Been here 3 hours, almost 3 hours. So let's thank everyone who came by. A couple people talked to me. Most people just kind of lurk and hang out. I didn't have any music in the background today, but I'll try to be back on again tomorrow. I think everything is looking good so far. Couple things I need to do. I just figured it would be wider than this with the colors that I'm using, but it's not. But that's okay. I think he's looking pretty good. So we'll finish up tomorrow. Thank you for coming by, and we'll see you later.